But today was bad. Light work, people. Light work. Seems we're soft all over the pitch. Why are you smiling?
Got to smile. You got to smile. You have
You
to
got
smile,
smile.
Grizz.
You got to smile and you got to introduce the show. This is your show, man. This is
No,
not
it's
my
not.
show.
It's your show. It's your channel. I
No,
like
it's
your.
my.
I like the red. I like the red Prada jacket. I like it. I like it.
Had to do it. If I'm not gonna done
I
it
could see
today,
it.
if I'm not gonna done it today, when am I gonna done it? Huh?
I could see it. I could see it.
So you're not hosting, right?
Listen, what is there to host? We've
You're not gonna say welcome.
We've beaten the current Premier League champions. We've beaten them today, and I'm hearing all sort of excuses now from the blue shite. It was a weakened team and whatnot. But look, we'll get into that. Welcome to Grizz Khan TV. Welcome to a late show back home because it's 11:30, so the match of the day is over. Welcome, people. Thank you for staying up. And today it's just gonna be a fun fest.
Chat, didn't we? I mean, look,
a Liverpool fest.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm very tired. Had a long day. It was hot. It was amazing.
So, do you want to talk us about? Why don't you talk to us about your day first?
We will. But I thought you're gonna welcome everyone and be nice to everyone. Everyone's look. There's over 150 in here already. People, welcome. Avi's again talked me into doing a late night show on the same day I've gone to a game. You know what I mean? Traveled. I won't say up and down the country because it's not far from me, so I'm not gonna lie. But hot day, fasting. But it's all worth it, Avi. When you have days like this, it's so worth it. I mean, how good. I mean, I've had you screaming down the phone all day long and celebrating every goal and emotion, everything. How are you feeling, man? I'm knackered, I'm battered, but I'm here for you. I'm here for the people, sorry. I'm here for my subscribers, but I'm also here for you.
For me.
Thanks to you, I'm here for you,
yeah. Did you wear that hat to Wembley though today?
No, too hot.
Oh, it would have been great.
Too hot.
It would have been great.
Too hot.
It would have been great. No, look, Grizz, I went to sleep very late. I was obviously on the WhatsApp group with the boys and we were messaging each other. Literally on 4 hours sleep, woke up at 7, got the team sheets, saw a few changes that we expected, De Bruyne and Walker out of City, and then Naby coming in for Hendo. I thought it was a bold call from Klopp as well. I thought he would have gone with this captain, but I think it was we know now it was the correct call. But look, I thought after watching last Sunday, it was exhausting. It was really exhausting today as well. It really takes its toll. These games, even though we were 3-0 up, there's always that sense of insecurity that City are just gonna if they get one in early like they did today in the second half, that they could get a second and third and it could be like jittery time. But no, man,
it's because they're good. Look, people always try to work out a theory and always got wondering, why was it so close in the end, etc. Because they're a magnificent football team. They're a magnificent football team. But it shows you the levels that we operated, where we didn't let them breathe in that first half. We didn't let them breathe, Avi. And you're talking about tiring. I can't explain the effort and work rate that every single outfield player put on that pitch in that 45. Total contrast to the last week. And we knew it's going to be. We knew we're not going to play like that. We're not going to play like that again. We're not going to look. We're not going to, for the however long we're here. We're not going to go into the tactical side of things, and we're not going to go into
the analytics.
The analytical side of it. We leave that for the Red Fullers tomorrow. Of course, people don't forget tomorrow. Full house. Everyone's in. Are you in tomorrow?
Probably not, Grizz. Probably not.
Oh, so that's why you made me come to this one. Oh, you're so clever. Oh, you're so fucking.
I did a good shift yesterday. I did a good shift with you yesterday.
Oh, you're so clever.
Just on that, I think we really meticulously planned the way we were going to start the game, and especially I think we did target Zach Steffen. This is not the first time that Zach Steffen's been at Wembley and literally made an error. Last season against Chelsea, he did the same thing. Literally the same thing. He made a howler, and today, for that second goal, he just got harried, and it happened last week with Edison, and that tells you the difference of Edison's confidence and where Zach Steffen is. Unfortunately, Zach Steffen is an American. He's probably going to be our number one goalkeeper for the World Cup.
Oh
But
dear.
hey,
Oh dear.
mistakes happen. But Grizz, we just wanted it more.
I didn't even
City,
know he's American. Is he American? I didn't
he's
know that.
American. Jack Stephan,
So
yeah, yeah.
so he's another Tim Flowers, basically, your new American hope.
What do you mean Tim Flowers? Tim
Not
Flowers
Tim,
was British.
not Tim Flowers,
You
Tim
mean
Howard.
Tim Howard? Yeah, Tim
Tim
Howard.
Howard, Tim
Tim
Flowers.
Howard, Casey Keller. You can name them more. Brad Guzan. But
Yeah.
no, Grizz, we wanted it more. And look, I really thought, and we pinpointed it yesterday. City looked shut. They didn't look up for the fight. They didn't look up for the fight. Maybe because of the changes, they just didn't look up for it. Grizz, that first half, they didn't. They were. I wouldn't say they were shell shocked either, but they were surprised the way we were sort of like carrying the ball, the way we were pressurizing, the way we were able to create space. Fernandinho looked like a shadow of a player that we're
He is
used to.
though. He is though.
He is, and I
You
think now
know
it's
this
sort of
thing.
like
So
Father
I
Ted
look.
time.
So I look first and foremost. Anfield Road and says Vasaki and Ramadan Mubarak to everyone. I want to add Happy Easter as
Easter
well.
as well,
For the
yeah.
celebrate. So everyone's who's celebrating um, the festive time for them.
Nice one.
For them, have a safe and great time, everyone. We most certainly did as Liverpool fans today. My voice is gone. I don't know. Like, can you tell I sound more husky and deep? Like, do you like the sound of my voice? Like, do you like it?
You sound like that every night when I talk to you before you go to bed.
Okay, okay.
Anyway.
You don't need to tell everyone that. You don't need to tell everyone that we talk every night before I go.
But look, hey, pull up Adred's comment, and I said it yesterday. Atletico, even though City went through, and you said, look, City went through, Abby. Physically, they did crush City. That was a big game on Wednesday.
It
Simeone may have
was,
done us a big favor, yeah.
no, it's not done us a favor, but that's how he plays. And look, it was. They had a lot. They were tired mentally and physically, right? But it's for both teams. Both teams have got great squads. We've rotated in games previous to this, so therefore we came to this fresher. They didn't rotate in previous games, and therefore they had to choose this game to rotate. So the way I look at it, Klopp handled the last few weeks much better than Pep.
Yeah.
That's one way of looking at it, right?
Yeah, you can do. I think because they had a slender lead going into the Champions League second leg against Atletico, he couldn't have rotated as much as he would have liked on Wednesday. And I think that took its toll today. But Grizz, they just looked a bereft of ideas. They just lacked any creativity. Yes, they created a fair few chances in the second
Nah,
half, but
I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I think it was us, Abby, in the first half.
no,
We were
no, no, no. No, we were the no, no.
yeah, but
It was down to us. But they looked poor. They were poor though, Grizz.
no, but then that's like us in the first half against them, where we praised them. So why are
Yeah,
you
no,
not
no, we have
praising
no,
us?
no, we have to give them credit. No, we will come to Liverpool, but they just look. They looked a team. They didn't look like a Pep team today. That's what I'm trying to say. They looked physically just not up for it. They weren't. They weren't up for it. Fabinho today. Last week I thought he was one of the worst performers on the pitch. Last week he kept getting bypassed. Today I thought it was brilliant. Naby Keita, and we'll come on to Naby Keita, a player who's faced so much adversity in the last 4 years, injuries, being hauled off in a Champions League knockout stage game against Real Madrid last season, where fans thought, that's it, sell him, sell him, sell him. I've been one of those, and I'll put my hands up. I've been one of those that have supported him, that have supported him since day one, since he walked through those doors, and he was brilliant today, Grizz. He can be trusted. Klopp has put that trust in Naby Keita,
But
and
I,
he's
but and me and you have discussed it to death. But there's no denying that Klopp does trust him in the big games.
no,
He
he
has
does.
played him. He has played him in a lot of big games. Um, it's just a matter of his. It's not a matter of Naby Keita's ability or anything like that. We've said it again and again and again and again. Naby's fit. Naby plays. Naby plays. Naby usually plays, in my opinion, minimum of 6 out of 10 every time, which means first class, as me and you would say in Punjabi, first class.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Hogya, Hogya. So he's got a 6 out of 10 in him. Today was an 8, 9 out of 10. Yeah, which is absolutely fine because what you want in a Liverpool team in a Jurgen Klopp midfield is that consistency from 6 to 8 out of 10 every game. Hogya.
Oh yeah, and Grizz, there was something that we were missing last week in our midfield. There was calmness. You know how you like saying calma, calma. There was a lot of calmness today. Whether that was to do with Naby coming in, and maybe Thiago and Fabinho sort of had sussed them out. Look, they may be without De Bruyne. Maybe they were planning pre-hand. But there was so much calmness today. There was. Thiago, and I go back to the pundits who said he wasn't fit for the Premiership. He's not fit for the English game. He slows down our attack. I mean, go and watch that. Go and watch that first 45 to 60 minutes of Thiago today, and tell me that tell me that he isn't top three centre midfielders around the world. Tell me he isn't. He's absolutely brilliant, and it goes to show that he's only ever played for. He's only played under Pep. He's only played under Ancelotti, and he's played under what's his name? Guardiola. Yeah, obviously Jurgen Klopp. He is a highly, highly thought of midfielder. He's a highly thought of player. He's an intelligent player.
That's not a bad set of managers, eh? To be
It
playing.
isn't.
It's
It is.
magnificent, isn't it?
It is magnificent, and
Three of the possibly top 10 managers of all time.
yeah,
All three of them are in the top 10 managers of all time.
100% top. Some would even argue top five with their CVs, with their resume. No, they would.
Not Klopp yet, but I hear what you're saying. I hear what you mean.
If Klopp does
no, of course,
we'll come to that. If Klopp does that word, that I don't want to put the mock.
No, you can say it. Say it. It's not.
If he does the quad, if he does the quad, he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT. He would have picked up. He would have cleaned up, obliterated every single trophy that's on offer.
Of course, super chats will 100% be read and addressed. So, Diego, I know you didn't start today, bro, but even you'll be happy and you'll be very impressed with the way.
He had a nice little run around though.
Grizz, we love your drip in them Prada hoodies. Thank you very much, sir. Really appreciate the kind words. Drip means.
Good, drip means your clothes, innit? You got a nice drip on.
Okay, well, teach me these things, innit? You got to teach me these things, innit? Like I could be reading anything out. Like they could be cussing me. You know what I mean?
Don't worry. I'll tell you if it isn't.
All right, let me know, innit? All right, but
and then I just want to say that their fans were a bit they're shit houses. I know there is a few City fans, Grizz, that you get on with, and I respect them too. And I'm sure they weren't involved in the whistling and the booing when there was a minute silence for the Hillsborough victims, but that shows their class. It's a rotten football club. Don't make no mistake about it. It is a very rotten football club, and the sooner that Pep goes, because I've got a lot of respect for Pep Guardiola, the sooner that he fucks off from there, the better. Because I don't want them to have any success. I really don't. Today it just left a little bitter taste in my mouth about the way they behaved themselves.
Okay. Yeah, look, I was there. There was a bit of booing, or there was a bit of singing whilst the silence was there. But I think it just motivated us even more as a fan base and as players. And I think it's one of those. Do you remember when we spoke about Arteta having a fit and then making us go mad in the crowd and everything?
G'd us up, yeah.
G'd us up. I think that G'd us up. I think we just tore into them. People are reminding you that he also played for Flick. People are reminding you he also played for Robert Kovac.
The lesson about Nico Kovac, the better. But Hansi Flick's a great one.
That's what I said. Whenever he says something, people, always going to double check. You can't get away with. In a WhatsApp group with just Northerners.
Hey.
Let's
be nice to the Northerners. But Grizz, let's go on to Ibu Konate.
Well, let's go into some comments. Listen, we said this all about the comments today. Where do you want to start? Look, there's so many good comments. I wanted to address one Man City fan here who said, what did he say? He goes, it's not, look, I'm assuming he's a Man City fan, or he's not a Liverpool fan because he says you guys. Grizz, Klopp didn't manage better. Are you serious? You guys had a 2-goal lead in the Champions League and City didn't, so they needed to use their full squad. Today they made 5-6 changes. Alex, what I said was in the previous 5-6 games, not just about Thursday or Wednesday, sort of we played, or Tuesday in the Champions League. I'm talking about the previous 5-6 games we've been doing rotation, so therefore enabling us to be the fresher team come today. That's what I've said. So I didn't just talk about the Champions League game, I'm talking about everything else. But yeah, Abby, the atmosphere. First and foremost, I want to touch upon the atmosphere. I was at the League Cup final. It was amazing. It was a penalty shootout. The tension, the nerves, everything. Atmosphere-wise, today was another level, Abby.
Really?
It was another level. I can't explain it. First and foremost, Liverpool took over. Maybe that's why. That's
Well, they
why
had to put those big what do you call it? Those big flags up to cover their end, didn't they? City fans.
they had to put a
Yeah,
big
because they
flag
didn't sell the
over.
allocation. Typical,
Yeah,
but hey, surprise, surprise.
exactly. But sod them. They're there are the excuses from the media as well, from certain sections of the media about playing their reserve side.
So you would have got there in before kickoff, whilst the City players were training. Did Klopp do that thing that he does for big games, or sometimes he does it for he does do it for big games, where he stands in front of the opposition?
No, 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 no.
No.
Every game,
Okay. Oh no, I didn't know it was every game. I thought it was just a big game that sometimes you just stand there and
every
get that
game,
look.
every game he does it. Every game. Have you got a theory about why he? Do you think he does this?
I think there's a bit of
Why would he
psychology.
does
I
it?
think there's a bit of psychological
I
game
think
being
it's
played there.
I think it's psychology.
You remember he did it for, we all noticed it first when he was at Dortmund and they came for a pre-season, and we absolutely battered him that game 4-1. I think Lovren made that sort of like pre-season debut and he scored as well. He watched the cop sort of like the fans coming in and gathering, getting their flags out. It was
But
a
we want to.
pre-season game.
I think we want to reiterate that wasn't the first time he done it though. What you mean is like we noticed it the
No,
first
we
time.
noticed it for the first time. Yeah,
Yeah.
as fans, and as fans of Klopp at the time, because I think everyone loved Klopp at the time. Um, saw that for the first time. We thought, okay, that's a bit weird. For a preseason friendly, what's he trying to engage? And maybe he was just trying to soak up the atmosphere. He was trying to soak up the famous cop because obviously Dortmund have their own sort of cop version. Because they've got a freestanding section as well, and they've got their own stand where they've got their own sort of section of the stand where they just all like sing and whatnot. So he wanted to probably see us in full flow, the cop in full flow. And then you just noticed it when he did take over, he started doing it more and more. He started doing it for the big games. So I think there is a bit of psychological mind games being played
I
there.
think it is only psychological.
Yeah.
I can't see anything else to it. I just think. I mean, how much is he gonna learn tactically or pick up something in a warm up drill, not even a training drill, in a warm up drill from a tactical point of view? It's obviously just totally psychological, and I think it's fantastic. Don't you
Yeah,
think?
I think you put it out. I think you put it magnificently. But I
Oh,
wanted
thank
to. Oh yeah, I don't know what else you want me to say. I want to come on to Kanate Grizz. Three
I want to
goals in
just
his.
read. I just want to read a couple of super chats before we get into it. Brilliant super chat from Jot. He says, Ramzan, Vasaki, Easter Mubarak to my brothers, Chris Khan, Zindabad, Sadapra, repping the Punjabi, Scouse shares, Avi Majatpra, you never walk alone.
Nice
Brilliant,
one.
brilliant,
Hello,
brilliant
Jetta.
super chat there.
100%. Nice one.
Shout out to you, bro. King S1 says, would like to see Ox, Harvey, Taki, and Origi involved, even if it's just coming from the bench. We need everyone for potentially these last final 11 games. Me and you were just having a chat just before we went live about not, in fact, those very names,
Players.
those very names. Um,
We've got too much depth.
I'm not bothered if we don't see anyone. I don't really care at this stage about personal players, careers right now. Honestly, call that cold, call that that's harsh. I don't.
I think
I just
because the
want
magnet the magnitude of the games now going into the last 7 games of the season, 2 Champions League ties and the FA Cup final, I don't think we'll get a chance to see Taki. Origi maybe here and there if we've got a good lead against Villarreal, we may see Origi. Harvey, if he'll probably be in the subs bench. Ox, I'm not too sure about.
no, but you know how King said, King S1 says would like to see. I don't care. I
I don't
wouldn't
know
like
where
to
it's
see
coming from
anything.
though. Yeah, like again, I would actually. Does he like them
You
as
are, but
players?
you're like this. You're like this. You have a soft spot for players, certain
Yeah, for
players, and you
Taki,
like to see.
of course, for Minamino,
I
I
don't want
do.
to.
But
I don't care. I just want to see Liverpool win. I
yeah,
want to see Liverpool win, and I want to see. I don't want to see sentimental selections. I think that this super chat, of course, I love and appreciate the super chat and support for the channel. What I mean is, I haven't got no sentiments for the last 9, 10 games.
yeah, it'd be nice to see Taki obviously make a few more
Why? Why would
minutes
it be like? Why?
because I personally I like him. I like him as a player, but the rest, I don't
Sentiment,
want to
and
say
then
I don't care, but the
that's
rest,
sentimental.
I don't think I don't think we can afford to because look, we're fighting on all 4 fronts. Well, 3 fronts to go, but we're fighting on all fronts now. So we won't have a chance to give maybe Ox because if Thiago, Naby, Hendo, Fabinho is fit, Curtis Jones came on today. Milner, we know Klopp likes giving him out, likes putting him on to see out the final few minutes of the game.
He
I
did it
don't see
today.
with
Funny
Oxford
enough.
chance. No, he didn't. He put on Curtis Jones, which was a nice surprise. But
Hey, what was that about then? Huh?
Nothing. Just Milner gave him a
That's
telling.
no, but it's an
He gave him a
interesting one.
telling off, didn't he? He gave Klopp a telling off for not doing the fist bumps towards the end of um
Yep.
the Liverpool section of the fans at full time. So
We've got another super chat from John. As a United fan, I'd take a 3-0 forfeit before Tuesday. Oh God. I mean, the state of United. Look, the state of United, whatever, we got to put them away.
have you seen that Pogba video that's going around? Just I know off air, but have you seen that Pogba video that went around today?
I've seen a few tweets, but is it
He,
related to
he
something?
was getting a bit of abuse, and he just put that like to his own fans. It wasn't very pleasant, put it that way. But I think he's gone anyway. So, but no, Grizz, look, just back on the game today. What a start! Two quick goals.
Why do you want to go into the goals, man? Why do you want to go into the game?
Because what else are we going to go into? Tell me, what else are we going to go into?
We've spent 20 minutes talking about everything. Like, we don't need to go into the goals. Let's save that shit for tomorrow, innit? Just because you're not on. But you can speak on it because you're not going to be here tomorrow. You've done a clever one, smart one.
No. I thought Kanate's header again. It was a Robo cross. It's been three.
Of course, we got our Ibrar Saab, who was at the game.
Big shout out to Ibra Hussein, who went and he took his young boy as well to the game. So big up to my alum, Ibra Saab, the most positive Liverpool fan that we've got to get him on a show, on a call in. He's the most positive Liverpool fan that we know. From day one, he said, "Boys, we're doing great things this season." So big up to Ibra Saab. No, Konate again. It was again a Robo assist. That's 3 and 3 now for him. 3 and 3 for him, and he's growing. He's growing into the game. Grizz. I think Fabrizio Romano. Here we go again. Put a stat up 35 million, and he's coming to his own now. Konate, a big game again. And
that's not a big stat, is it? Well, why did you mention that as a stat?
I tell you why it's a stat, because Klopp has thrust him into the United game away at Old Trafford this season. He's played him in big games, and look, he's still 22, Grizz, and he had his fair share of injuries at Leipzig. But touch wood, we've seen a good Konate come into this Liverpool team, and the scary thing is he's going to get so much better, which relieves the pressure on Van Dijk in the coming years, which relieves the pressure on Joel Matip as well. So Konate, amazing leap, put Jack Grealish on his bum, and 1-0 up. That's the kind of start that we wanted. We needed a quick start today, and we got it.
Not only quick start, we needed an aggressive start. And as you said, it's a couple of those challenges we won near enough every 50-50. It was the total opposite of the other day when we didn't win the 50-50s. But just the atmosphere, man. I just want to keep talking about the atmosphere. And we were that first goal only heightened the atmosphere in terms of passion and noise. And we spoke about City fans making noise during the minute silence. That's the only noise they made, because after that they were shut off. They were totally cut off from the party. You're not here.
Do you think when they saw the lineup, their confidence was a little bit shot as well? When they saw Zach Steffen come in, when they saw no De Bruyne, when they didn't see a Kyle Walker?
Yeah. Of course it does. They're human, Navi. When we saw the lineup, when I put the lineup in the WhatsApp, because I got Man City intel. I put Man City intel lineup, and everyone's like, "Oh, shut up! That's not the lineup." I said, "That's the lineup for today." Didn't we get a boost?
100%. Well, we
got a massive boost. And players are human. Coaches are human. Jurgen Klopp, Pep Linders, they're human as well. When they heard of that lineup, it absolutely lifts you. You don't see Kevin De Bruyne, in my opinion, the best midfielder in the Premier League. You don't see him on the lineup, you're going to get a boost. You don't see Ederson, second best keeper in the league, one of the key elements of their build-up. Absolutely, yes or no? One of the key, probably the key element of their build-up.
100%.
Not in the lineup. He's going to give us a boost. We pressed with 10% more energy. We pressed 10% higher, probably up. And then from the other side, we know that if Jack Grealish is taking the place of Kevin De Bruyne, Jack Grealish is a wonderful player, but he's not no Kevin De Bruyne. If we can break that initial press, we'll have spaces, and that's how it panned out from my point of view.
It's amazing that you can say that with a straight face, that he's a £100 million player, and his return in terms of assists and goals.
But that's harsh. I think it's harsh.
Why is it harsh? Why is it harsh? It wasn't harsh when people were like, when pundits were saying, "Oh, Van Dijk's a rip-off at 65 million, 75 million. So why can't we give that same sort of sense when we're talking about Jack Grealish? Why is it harsh? He was 100 million. City wanted to pay that money. Pep wanted to pay 100 million at all costs, wanted to get Jack Grealish in. So why is it
What I mean,
harsh?
I think it's harsh to just label it on him because he doesn't dictate the price. I'm saying.
But has he performed well to even be worthy of a 50 million pound player this season?
Uh,
No, he hasn't. Come on. Of course
no, he
hasn't,
hasn't.
Grizz.
He hasn't. But again, it's not an easy system. It's not an easy coach. It's not an easy team to just walk into and
Grizz, no. You're waffling and you're mumbling and you're nervous. We spent 35 million on Luis Diaz, may I remind you, in January. 35 million. Grizz,
no.
how
If
much is he worth? Okay, based on the performances, how much is Luis Diaz worth right now if we were to sell him?
you can't compare him. I agree with that. Of course, I'm not
They
comparing
come
him.
off from the left. Jack Grealish has been playing predominantly off the left. 100
Can't
million
compare him.
pound.
No, no,
Who
no.
look, who,
No.
but
What I
who
mean
looks
by
like
you can't compare him.
who looks like the 100 million pound player right now?
That's what I've just said, innit? I said you can't compare the two.
Yeah,
Luis Diaz is miles apart. Of course, I'm saying you can compare the two in terms. I'm not saying you can't compare the two in position and signings. Of course, there's no comparison. That's what I mean. Like Luis Diaz is clear, absolutely clear. What I'm saying is Jack Grealish will be far better for them next season. Far, but he's a wonderful player. There was times where in the second half where he really grew into it and he was the danger. Not apart from the goal, he was taking on players and whatnot. But of course, 100 million, you can't
I think
compare.
second half, not going too much detail. I thought second half, and I want to come to the referee as well. That fucking idiot, Oliver Oil, whatever his name is, Michael Oliver. Um,
Why?
I thought second half we preserved our energy really well. Because I really thought we just let the foot off the gas. I really thought we did second half. Yes, they got that early goal, but I don't think we were ever troubled. All right, they get the second in the 91st minute, but I don't think we ever looked troubled. And Pep again, he makes that mistake of leaving out Rodri in very important games.
Thank you, Mr. Anikat. Thank you.
Aniket Baduria. He leaves that Rodri again in a big game. I think Pep really, and I don't want this sort of
Wait. Hold on. Left him out. You actually think he left him out in a big game as opposed to resting him for bigger games?
Grizz, today was a no. Today was a big marker. Let me tell you something. Today was a massive marker. Whether Pep wanted to rotate his pack or not, he wanted to win that game today. He had to win that game today. And I said yesterday that today is a massive psychological battle on who wins. Had we lost today, I think it could have derailed our season slightly. I think it could have.
I disagreed yesterday on the
No,
morning
I think
show.
so. It is so nip and tuck, Grizz. I think Jamie, one of our the one
So
of
you
our
think
panelists,
so
who
you,
well,
so you think so you think this will derail City?
100%, 100% it will.
No.
Yadrak, and you know what Yadrak means? It means that look, set in stone. Today was a
Yadrak,
massive psychological boost for us.
Yadrak people means remember this. So Avi, there's over 600 of you in here. Hopefully we've got a record amount of likes. If we were 600, because that means you're just listening to us and not liking us, which is not nice to know. Like, how can you not like Avi? Avi has just said live on a stream that he thinks that this will derail City, and if he's proven right, wow, Avi is the king, the king. I think it'll have no bearing on City. That's just my opinion. I think the selection showed that this was the least of his priorities. That's my opinion. I think Man City will brush themselves off and go again.
Then Klopp dropped the
And
captain. Klopp dropped our club captain today, Grizz. You could say that as well then.
I don't think he dropped our club captain. I think it's more rotation. Far from.
So we're saying that
Tottenham.
Klopp. So we're saying that Pep did the same thing, rotation.
Of course he did. Of course he did. And
I think it's an error by Pep though. I thought it was an error by Pep, and it goes to show Zach Steffen made a mistake. Would Edison have done that today? I don't think he would have.
Edison was this far from doing the same
That
thing.
far, but that's the difference between a world class keeper and a averagely kind of good goalkeeper.
Of course, I agree with that.
Lack of game. So I don't know where we're getting this story that Pep wanted. Okay, I get it. It's the least of his priorities. He wants the league and Champions League. But if he was to win, if he was not to win any of those now, this result will come back to haunt him.
Yeah, of course. I agree with that, but I don't think I don't. I disagree that it would derail them.
Then he would have
I
he then he could have rested if he wanted to, if he really was, if this was a game of less importance to
I
him, he
just
could
think
have rotated a lot all over.
but he did. He did. I just think he's mad. I think it's testimony to how Klopp has rotated and managed in the last 5 to 6 weeks, culminating in a position in a situation where we're coming into a semi-final of a FA Cup, and we've got the stronger team and squad. So there's a Man City fan here earlier who said and I want to rebuttal him or reply to him. He says, "Where are you, man? Talk in it, ball in it." While I'm finding this, you don't have to.
I'm gonna ball because I think Brighton will fancy their chances on Wednesday. I really think Brighton, after winning at Spurs today away from home, I think they will fancy their chances at
I should have
City.
started. I should have
Um,
started. Sorry, go on.
yeah, I think Brighton will fancy their chances. I really think today has a huge significance on where the season or where the major trophies are going to be handed out to. I really do, Grizz. I really do.
I'm hoping you're
I
right.
think we can all agree Pep's team have been the better of the two in the league exchanges, and we've stuck with them. We've stuck with them. Heck, in Anfield, we took a 2-1 lead, but they deservedly, that first half should have been one up or two up even, and they couldn't get the better of us. Today, we we really took it to them in that first half. We really did. We almost like took it to them so bad that they just weren't up for it. They couldn't get themselves up for it. Bar a little spell in the second half when they get that early goal, but apart from that, they weren't threatening at all. And look, when people say, "Oh, he's rotated," that team was still worth what, 430 million compared to ours, which is 380. I know it's leaving out the context of things about financials, but
Why is there
they
no
still had
Basuma?
him
Wait,
more
hold on.
expensive.
What's this? Why is there no Basuma against them? Can someone tell us?
Could be he's suspended.
Suspended. Oh my god.
No, they got Solly March. He's all right. He's good. It's fine. They got Solly.
Retract that statement straight away, quick. You've said made some brilliant points so far. Please don't compare a right winger, a left-footed right winger, to Basuma and say they'll be fine. They've got Solly March with a straight face. I'll slap you next
I
time.
like him.
I will slap you.
No, I'm serious. I like him.
I'll slap you.
Okay, they
Don't
got that
compare.
Mawepu. They got Enoch Mawepu,
Yeah.
Gary McAllister.
Yes, but
They
don't
got him.
compare him to Solly March. Ladies and gentlemen, Avi
March we
is
can play on
back.
the wing. March can play on the wing.
Avi is back. He's just compared Yves Basuma, one of the most destructive, powerful, box to
No,
box,
I'm saying they got
to a
dangerous players up
lightweight
front.
who plays on the right wing, left footed, just a set piece, lovely technician, merchant. I'll slap you, Avi, if you do something like that again. But that is massive. I didn't want to hear that Basuma's out. Avi, that's deflated me.
No,
That's
why should
deflated me.
it? No, no. Look, we
That has
look.
deflated me.
We've got to do our job on Tuesday and beat the red side of Manchester on Tuesday, and then what will be. Look, Villa, City are gonna slip up. They are gonna slip up in the league. I promise you, they will. We just got to be ready for it. We've just got to be ready for it, boys. That's it.
Well, I'm ready for it, and I hope you're right.
What did you make of Michael Oliver's performance?
I genuinely rate him as the best referee in the
Wow,
Premier League.
shocker. I think you've had a shocker there again. I thought he was poor, and it
Well,
can't.
listen again.
There's
This
certain
one,
there's certain referees that play a different game or referee a different
he's the
game
best referee in the Premier
in
League, I think.
regards to the importance.
He's the best
That's not
Premier
saying
League
much though, Grizz. That's not saying much. I don't see him going to the World Cup.
guys. Who's the best referee in the Premier League? Let us know.
I think
But
they're
yeah,
awful. I think they're very poor.
go on.
Thank you.
Why do you
Revenite.
think
Look, no, hold on. I'm admin today. Let me take over a little bit. Revenite FC. Michael Oliver was awful. He was awful. I thought
okay.
it was shockingly bad today. I really do think so. Fernandinho, right? A player that the media know about, a player that always, every week in and week out, when he used to be starting the last 2, 3 years, he gets away with it. It's clever. He gets away with it. He's such a smart footballer. Then why aren't referees seeing this then? He committed some cynical fouls that should have been the yellow card he actually did get for that. He had a cynical foul even worse than that previously. So why didn't he get carded? It's absolutely, I think it's pathetic that referees look at a game, the significance today of Liverpool Manchester City. They don't want to ruin the spectacle by giving out an early yellow card, but sometimes the game needs it because he was letting even players on our side getting away with it when he shouldn't be.
Which player of ours got away with some things?
Naby got away with one. Fabinho got away with one. No, Fabinho actually, the first time that Fabinho does commit, he gets a yellow card for it. But there was a few that got away with it.
What winds me up, what winds me about decisions, right, is uh, Fernandinho's reckless challenge on, was it Naby Keita? No, it was on Sadio Mane.
Today,
That
yeah.
is a yellow card, and so is uh, Fabinho's little tug back.
But
So
Chris,
they've
today he
both
got the
got
yellow
yellow
for the
cards.
Mane. He got the yellow for the Mane. But there was one that he should have got. There was two more that he committed previous to that, where he
Yeah,
just the referee just said, "Okay, don't worry, another one."
it would have been
You
a
got
second yellow. It should have been a second yellow. Avi, don't worry about the comments. You're
I'm
concentrating
getting
on the comments.
frustrated.
You're third way. Yeah. Why? This is what I'm saying. You're not a professional like me. Why are you getting engrossed in comments? I'm here. Me and you're talking. We're having a lovely chat. Stop worrying about the comments. Comments, you carry on, of course. So yeah, man. I just think it was Can I ask you? How disappointed would you have been if we didn't beat that 11 that City put out?
Very,
Hmm.
very disappointed. Very disappointed, Grizz, today. This tie, Grizz, and I want to cast your mind back because I love going back in time, like flashbacks. 2006 FA Cup semi-final against Chelsea at Old Trafford. I was at that game. Luis Garcia hits that volley 2-0 up. It reminded me of that game. That era where we had Mourinho, Benitez in 2005, the League Cup, they took the spoils, but we got better of them in the Champions League. Then a year later, we meet them in the FA Cup semi. These kind of games now remind me of that kind of era, that sort of first 2-3 years of Mourinho, Benitez, where any advantage you can take, just pounce on it. And I thought very similar today, we had to beat that City team without De Bruyne, without Walker, without Edison, without Gundogan. They were there for the taking. And look, it was if it even if it was like a 1-0 scrappy win, I would have said, Chris, that's a bit disappointing because they're there for the taking. We were 3-0 up in that first half. That third goal, I mean, come on, look at that third goal. Trent switches it. Diaz, Robbo back to Thiago, Thiago to Trent, and Thiago plays a beautiful little chip to Mane, and he finishes it. We've got to actually appreciate what we've done today. We've beaten the current Premier League champions. We've beaten a team that, look, they've got the riches, they've got the money. They'll spend another 80, 90 million on this summer against Holland, and we're keeping pace with these guys. We're keeping pace with the best teams around Europe, and we operate completely different. Name me another team that operates like us, Grizz, who are so like brain minded with statistics, who don't get the flashy Mbappes or Haalands. We look at other characteristics in players like the Jotas, like the Luis Diaz, and make them 80, 90 million pound players. We're so clever. I don't know there's another team out there. I don't even know a team at a stretch who does the same business that we do, who look at the same statistic like we do.
Barry agrees with you. Sibsama says you're a real G for remembering that. Everyone knows Avi's a real G, man. Um, Barry says this win is a mental boost and keeps our winning mentality, so it's a big, big, big win. I'm not denying that it's a big win for us and from our point of view. What I disagree with people that are joining us maybe late in the stream, there's over 620 of you in here. We should have a minimum of 500 likes. We haven't got a minimum of 500 likes, so I'm disappointed in you guys. I don't know why there isn't. So can you just like the stream, please, right now, right this very second? It's one click. What I was disagreeing with Avi's only flashpoint. Me and Avi have a lot of flashpoints when we do a one-to-one stream, and that's the beauty of me and Avi, right? We're not here to yes Avi and yes Grizz and lick us Avi and lick us Grizz and lick us the comments and do we speak our minds, don't we, Avi? We say how it is. The flashpoint we've had, not flashpoint, but the disagreement we're having is I don't think this derails City's season. Avi is saying it does. I'm hoping Avi is right. I'm hoping Avi is
Okay,
totally
because
spot.
you still claim City are going to win the league, don't you?
Yes,
Do you still? And who are you tipping for the Champions League?
us.
Okay.
This is it. This is it. I think my mind would have been swayed if we won last week. But I was wrong last season, as you always remind me about the Champions League. We're going to get into the Champions League after this, the injury situation we had in December or whatever. If we win the Premier League, I genuinely think, Avi, I'll say it again, I genuinely think it will be the greatest title win ever.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. 7 games to go.
Because
Look,
14
City's
games, because 14 points behind this, regardless of how many games we had in hand, fuck off. I don't give a shit how many games in hand we had. We had 2 games in hand. But regardless of having games in hand, when you're 14 points behind, in my opinion, one of the greatest ever squads assembled and teams in the Premier League. We won't have a debate now in terms of where they are in that chat, in terms of the greatest teams, right? We've seen the treble winners of United, we've seen the Invincibles, we've seen the great Chelsea team under Mourinho, etc., etc. But one of this Pep team, this Pep squad is one of them, right? It's in the top five for sure.
it ha- yeah, top five domestically, 100%, of course.
Right.
But
So
it needs no. But to solidify this, and I'll say this about Wenger's Invincibles, as much as Arsenal fans,
the
really
Champions
rile
League,
me
gonna
up.
say,
You have to win the Champions League. You can
of
have your
course,
goal Premiership trophy and
I
your
agree.
38 ungame beaten season, 49 before you lost to United at Old Trafford, but you've got to win that European Cup. That defines this era of period of team. We've done it under Klopp.
But
Yeah,
the point
Manchester
I'm,
United
but
did
the
it in the
point,
90s,
but
99.
let me land with my point before we continue. The point I'm trying to make is, if we win the league up against this team, for me, it's the greatest Premier League win. If we win the league,
I agree. Look, 14 points. You'd rather have the points on the board
mm.
than be chasing. Of course, I get that. And if you remember, I think Newcastle had something similar when they had Keegan. They had a 12-point lead over United, and United came back, fair play to them. And they actually beat them at St. James's Park. I remember Cantona scoring.
Mm.
And they won the league that season. I thought that was a great title race, as much as I can remember. But this, yeah, this would be something amazing because look,
Special
there was
beyond,
doubt.
beyond.
There was definitely. I know there was doubt in your mind that the league's gone, and there was doubt in my mind that look, that summer we should have spent on a midfielder. We should have got another forward in. But January rectified that. We got in a Luis Diaz, and from there on in, it's just been wins after wins after wins after wins, and we've just piled that pressure on. And each week, all we could do, and I tweeted it as well, all we can do at that stage was ask the fucking question, and we have, and we've done it. We've asked the question, and Pep's team, the slip up at Selhurst Park, and I do believe that they've got some ugly ties. This is we have. Look, we've got Everton at home. We've got United at home. We've got to go to Villa away. Steven Gerrard's Villa. We've got Wolves at home last game of the season. But I just feel that the momentum with that is with us. And once you have that momentum, Grizz, I don't know what you want to call it, energy from the outside source or the outside world, it plays a part in football. It definitely plays a part in football.
Um, Super chat. Do you want to address it while I get some water? Because you've got
Khalid
me really
Hussein, it
pumped
could
up.
be
You've got me.
Khalid from the group. But Khalid is saying thank you for the super chat. If
Well,
City
let
get
us know if it is Khalid. If that's Khalid from our WhatsApp group, then we're going to give a special shout out. But I don't think it is. It may be. It may not be.
if
But
City get
why don't you just address this while I get some water for myself?
yeah, you
You've got me
go.
really dehydrated. You've got me really thinking and
Yeah.
sweating and hot here with some of your points and questions. It's been
Have
great.
a break if you want. Yeah, don't worry. Relax. Hang on. Have a few dates as well for you. If City get a striker, how does LFC keep up? Like we keep up every season. We just, we look at the transfer market. We look at certain players that are available. We try to muster up some good sort of deals. Fabio Cavaglia, who scored again yesterday, I believe, even though they got defeated by Derby, a good player, a young player who, guys, just tell me who he reminds me of. He's got a bit of Coutinho about him, hasn't he, Fabio Cavaglia? We just shop smart, Khalid. I think that's what it is. But City, yeah, I think last season they wanted Harry Kane. They didn't get Harry Kane, but they're looking for a 900%. They're gonna definitely push for a 9. And look, people are saying Haaland, which makes them another formidable outfit going into next season. But look, let's just worry about this season, and I'm sure we'll spend a bit of money this season. But guys, I want to get everyone's thoughts on Mane as a 9. If someone wants to pull up the stats from January onwards, the amount of goals that he scored from the 9 position, I think it's a phenomenal record. And I was one of those that said I would love, you know, if we're not going to offer Mane a contract, let's see whether we can, get some money from this summer. But if he's happy to play as a 9, I would give him a maybe and an extension. I would give him an extension. I thought he was
Have you addressed
fantastic
this?
today.
Have
Yeah,
you
I did.
addressed
Yes,
this?
I did. Chris. I just
Okay.
said we shop smart. We shop smart, and we're already doing that. You
Like we
believe in
do. Yeah, yeah.
Cavalia with Diaz? That's what 42 million outlay, 6 million on Diaz, 7 million on Diaz, on Cavalia, and 35 on Diaz. We're shopping smart.
I wanted to address this statement from Pixelate Pigeon. Shout out to Pixelate Pigeon. And you know why I wanted to talk about this? Because
Mhm.
we've had a bit of a debate, haven't we?
Yeah,
Um, in our WhatsApp group.
and there's no right and wrong to this either. But carry on.
There is no right or wrong. It's always about opinions and how someone feels, about the situation themselves. He says even if we miss out by a point, it will still have been a sensational Premier League campaign. Regrets, yes, but still insane levels. The question was posed, wasn't it, by someone in the group? I think it was me. Um, if we, but I think there was a question yesterday which was even better than mine. But what I said was, if we win the League Cup and finish 1 point behind, like Pixelate Pigeon says, and we reach the Champions League final, but we lose it, and we've reached the FA Cup final, but we lose it, will it been a failure this season? That was the first point.
So we
And how the
effectively lose.
conversation,
Effectively,
so
we lose three finals. Then
we lose three finals, we finish, yeah, we
that's,
won
that's
the
what it would
League
mean
Cup.
basically. Yeah, that's what it means
Yeah,
basically.
yeah, yes. Three FA Cup, Champions League.
And the league.
No, it's not league
But
is
effectively, it's a final. If you're
no,
missing
it's
out
not.
by the if you're missing out by the league by 1 point, because that's a final, isn't it? Really, that's what you're talking
No,
about.
it's not. A league campaign doesn't consist of two teams. So I'm going to stop you there. Stop trying to talk your
What
way
this
into
league
it.
has, it practically has this season.
No,
Who's
league
really?
is made up. League campaign.
Yes, but
Many people had Chelsea as favourites. Many people had United putting up a better challenge. Just because they're crap or fall off is not
absolutely
detrimental.
bigots who said
Yeah.
United. Go on.
Okay, so but the point being is, we said, is that a failure of a season? I said no, that's not deemed a failure at all. But then people went a bit far and said, if we win the FA Cup and the League Cup, it still would be a failure for them in their eyes, because we're expected or we're hoping to win one of the big ones as well. And that's where I lost my cool. And I said, how the hell can you call winning FA Cup, League Cup, runners up in the league by 1 point, and runners up in the Champions League a failure? I'm not having that. Discuss and give your views.
I think it's a failure if we only end up with the League Cup, Grizz. Failure is a strong word, but I think you would have to say yes, because this team has had opportunities, especially in the league. When you look at the games that we've slipped up
Word
in,
it properly now, brother. Word it properly now, brother. You have over 600 people
यार
live.
करता हूँ यार, give me 1 minute, 1 minute. I
Word
don't
it
think it's
properly.
I don't think it's a failure. It would be a bit of a it would be a massive come down from what we're thinking about now. We're dreaming of the quad. We're dreaming of unprecedented times. The greatest of the greatest teams, the Barcelonas under Pep, the Cruyff Barcelona, the Capello's Milan team. No one has done what we are kind of set out to do, what our destiny sort of could hold for us. So to lose an FA Cup final to Chelsea or Palace, to lose a Champions League final to City, to be pipped by City for the league as well, I think it would be a failure, Grizz. I think it would be.
The season would be a failure.
If there was no other word to better it,
But
because
there
there
is
are
no
there
word.
are
No,
other
no.
words. There
Think
are
about
other
it. Think
words.
about
I wouldn't say failure. I would be disappointed.
it. Okay, so you changed it because I said disappointed, and we all
You know,
agree
I
on
would feel disappointed. But you give me the FA Cup and League Cup, I'll take that. I'll take that, and we go again. We
But
shop
that's my
smart in the
point.
summer and we
But
go
that's my
again.
point. But
Yeah.
that's my point. Are we ready to call, if we win the FA Cup and the League Cup and then finish runners up in the Champions League final and finish 1 point behind this City team?
Chris, I don't want to lose a
That's
Champions
not a
League final.
failure, is there?
I do not want to lose a Champions League final to City.
No, but
I
address
don't.
the elephant in the room. Is that a failure of a season then?
If what? If we gonna say it again?
Why are you fucking listening to me?
No, if we say it again because I was interrupting you and then you interrupted me.
I don't interrupt you.
Gone ball.
I'll ball if you listen.
Gone.
2 domestic trophies, FA Cup, League Cup, Hogia done.
Yeah. In the bag.
Champions League, we lose in the final, and we finish 1 point behind City. Is this season a failure?
Yes, because I don't want to lose the I don't want to lose a I don't want
So
to lose
that's a
I don't
failure as well.
I don't want
You
to lose
just, so
because
hold on.
I don't want to lose another final to
Let me,
Madrid because 18
you just
I'm
said,
still hurt I'm still hurting. Let me finish. I'm still hurting over
how can
18.
I let you finish when you
I'm still
contradicted what you
hurting
just said?
over no. The 2018 final has still got it's left its mark on my heart for a long time. Yeah, and I've never recovered from that. You know, the Bale, the carries. I don't want to talk about
Now,
Kiev,
I want you to
and
address that.
I don't
I
want to play
want
Madrid, and I don't want to play City in the final. And if we do play them, we have to beat them. If we lose, then Grizz, it is a failure. It is. We're Liverpool Football Club. We don't come second.
you
Shankly
just
was right.
said
You don't get medals or trophies for coming second. You come first for first. You win your trophies and you get your medals. It would be a
that's fine.
failure.
That's fine. But you've contradicted what you've just said in the previous in scenario, where you've said it's not a failure. I would be disappointed. Then I've added a trophy, and then you've said it's a failure.
But
Make
now,
explain.
because we know the severity of the Champions League final, that we could either play Madrid or City, Grizz. I don't want to be losing to those two teams, especially not Manchester City. Especially not Manchester City. I don't want them to be the club that said we won our first European Cups with our oil money against yous. I don't. It'll be bad for football. I'll tell you straight. It'll be bad football. Madrid, that there's a lingering bad taste there from 2018. I wish Zidane was still in charge. I still wish Bale was on form for them, but unfortunately, it isn't to be. But look, Ancelotti could come third time lucky for us in the final. Um, no, Grizz, it would be a failure. It would be a failure. Now now the semi-finals is like look. This is providing we beat Villarreal, right? We've come across Emery before, and we've come unstuck against Emery. Beat Villarreal, and we're facing either a Madrid or a City in Paris, and we lose to either side. No, I wouldn't. I can't take that because I can't.
I think it's outrageous to call a season where you win, where you enter four competitions, and you're up against oil states all around Europe in the Premier League, including the Premier League. Some of the biggest clubs, some of the biggest financially big clubs, backed clubs in the Premier League. You win two domestic trophies that you haven't won in a long time. You finish runners up in the Champions League, one of the hardest.
Grizz, no one remembers the runners
Let
up
me
though.
yeah, but I know, but I'm not asking you to remember in it. I'm asking you. I didn't ask about that. I didn't ask you about your disappointment. I asked you, would you class that season as a failure? I think Jurgen Klopp, if he was listening to this, he would unsubscribe, unfollow, not give us a like, saying, "Are you really guys calling my season that I've just given to you guys a failure?"
Look
I think
again. I
I
would
don't
question
think
the
I think
wording. I would question the wording for sure.
you didn't question the wording. You said it very clearly, and everyone's heard you. And
Hmm.
you've said it would be a failure. Then you've gone on to explain your personal disappointment if that was to happen, and I get the personal disappointment. Then you explain the rationale for your personal disappointment because it's Real Madrid, because it's Man City. Yeah, I get all that aspect. But to call this club, my club, your club, our club, Liverpool Football Club, a season of failure after doing what they would delivered, if we given the scenario that we've given them, I think it's ludicrous. I think you're out of your mind, and whoever thinks that is out of their mind to call it a failure. But that's fair. You're entitled to your opinion.
Grizz, it's because look again. We're so close of making history, Grizz. We're so close of achieving history that you don't get remembered for being a finalist in a Champions League final. You don't get remembered for missing out on a point against City. This team deserves its accolades. It deserves to be put up there alongside the United of the 90s, the United of 2007, 2008, the Arsenal Invincibles. And it is already because we've achieved European success. We've become world champions. We've won the league after 30 years. But it's continued success, Grizz, right? It's continued success. So, yes, I want a major trophy. Give me the Champions League now. We miss out a point to City and we lose the final against Crystal Palace or Chelsea. I'll take that. But we're Liverpool Football Club. Yeah. Bill Shankly, he built this football club to, it was all about winning, Grizz. It was all about winning the domestic cups. It was all about winning the UEFA Cups, the Champions League, the European Cups under Paisley, Joe Fagan. It's etched in our blueprint, Grizz. So you can't tell me that, oh, well, don't worry, we'll get to a European final. That would be Klopp's fourth European Cup final, and he's only won one. I think he wants to improve that record, to be fair. He does want to improve that record. I'm sure he does. You know, we're winning finals now under him. He's broken that sort of duck of winning a final. So look, I want that continued success.
No problem, man. As I said, that's the beauty of,
Think
as
about
you
okay.
say,
Let me put it to
as
this.
you.
Let me put it to this way: we win all four. We do quadruple. Grizz, no one will ever be able to lift a glove on us. Ever. That's it. Done. Ho gaya. Is it done? Respect is there
Anaba,
for forever.
that's
No, forever though. Your name is etched in glory. No one can ever come close to what we've achieved. Don't care about Madrid's 2012, 13 European Cups. I don't care about the treble-winning United team of '99. If we do the quadruple, Grizz, or even if we do a treble now, in that space of the last 3-4 years, we've achieved greatness. Nothing
right.
will ever come close. Not even the
So,
Chelsea of Mourinho's, not even Pep's Man City or Pep's Barcelona could even touch a glove on us. That's what I'm trying to get at.
Anaba, why are you saying that to me like I don't know that? Why did you just do that impassioned plea and speech?
Because I want us to realize what's at stake. I want
That
you
we
to
know,
realize
we
that
absolutely know
there's
what's at
so
stake,
many
and I
small
agree.
details that
Everything
are
that
at
you've said
stake.
there, I agree with. Everything you've said there, I agree with. Except that I wouldn't class it as a failure.
Can I put a comment on? Let me put a comment on that. Sajid
Mm.
Iqbal, obviously one of our regulars who was on yesterday, Chine. Big up to you. We have to deliver one of big trophies, otherwise it's a failure in my eyes. The draw has been very kind to us in the UEFA Champions League, so not winning it is a failure, regardless of winning the two domestic cups. But
No
you
problem.
disagree with that?
Of course I do. Yeah, of course I
But
do.
okay,
There's, there's,
give me your
there's,
thesis, give me your theory then.
I've done it. I've already given it. You didn't listen to it.
Of course, I listened to it.
You didn't, so you don't know. I've just told you. And there's loads to support mine as well. I didn't bother bringing up thing. You've just found a comment that agreed with you. You brought it up. I told you. You reading comments. You know, it's. I think it's ludicrous, in my opinion, to call a season a failure when you've won 2 out of the 4 competitions that you enter.
Okay, first of
And
all, First of all, why are we using the word failure?
because that was
Who determined that? Who determined that? No, who determined that? Your Baba determined that we could use failure. No one determined that word failure. Is it a disappointment? Yes. I wouldn't. I look. Let me go back. I wouldn't say
but
it's a
that,
failure.
but
I wouldn't. But it's a
why are you
disappointment,
saying?
Chris.
Okay. So now you're changing, flip flopping. You're literally flip flopping in front of my
No,
very
I'm
eyes.
not flip flopping. I'm not flip flopping. Who
You are
decided?
flip flopping.
Who's that decided it was a failure? Who decided that
Why
word?
are you getting
You
angry
did.
with the?
You asked that question on the WhatsApp group.
Of course, of course. I I I,
But
I
the
said
failure
that.
was the wrong word though, because look where we are right now.
So then say
Up
so
until this
either,
point, it's all success. Up until this point, Grizz, it's
you're
all
not making
success.
sense. So either call it a failure or not a failure. Then
But I don't. But I think that's the wrong terminology to call
I
that
agree.
with ten
Yeah, but
games to go.
I agree.
But
So say you'll be disappointed.
you're the one who's asked. You're the one who created the question, and you said,
Of
"Is it a
course I
failure?"
did. Of course I did. I asked the question. Are you not allowed to ask questions suddenly? What kind of democracy do we live in? What kind of world do we live in that we're not allowed to ask a question?
If you ask a Virgil van Dijk, a
Yeah,
Mohamed
yes,
Salah,
yes. I know he is.
elite athletes,
Everyone, all the regulars know.
no, elite athletes like Virgil van Dijk, Mohamed Salah, Thiago, whether winning just the domestic cups is a success, I think they'll give you a different answer. All three of them, and all three of them will definitely agree with me.
No problem.
At
Halves,
31 years old, Virgil, after coming back from what he did,
look,
he did
look.
not
Some
come.
will,
He did not
some
come
will
back to
agree with
win a
you,
League Cup
and
or
then look,
FA
Sajid's
Cup.
come back.
He's coming back. He's coming back to
Look,
win the creme de la
Sajid,
creme, which is the Champions
Sajid,
League and the Premiership.
Sajid's doing one of your ones. Yeah, we are Liverpool and one of the best. Reminding us that we don't know that.
So how
So
can
we
anyone
are
accept it?
Liverpool.
Ask.
Okay,
Look,
so
he's asked the
hold
same
on.
thing as I have. Ask Mane, Salah, and
Abby,
Mane
let
just
me
won the
read.
Afcon. But Mane
Abby, let
had
me
just
read.
won the Afcon though. He just
Abby,
won
let
the
me,
Afcon, Grizz.
Abby, let me read. We are Liverpool and one of the best teams. So how can we accept it? Yeah, we are Liverpool and one of the best. We accept that. We agree with that. Yeah. Ask Mane, Salah, and VVD. We can't. It's hypothetical. As a failure or not, if you just win 2 domestics and they'll answer it, I guarantee you they will laugh in our faces if we said it's if we said to them boo, or if we boo. Because if it's a failure, you boo them, right? Or you'd be disappointed and you show disdain. If someone's disappointed you, if someone's been a failure,
You don't need
you
to
don't
boo them.
celebrate.
You wouldn't need to boo them. You wouldn't need to. Why would you boo up?
Okay,
Okay,
not boo them.
if
Okay,
a
not boo them.
team,
If your son's a failure,
last season,
if your son's a failure, if your son and daughter are a failure, yeah, would you say shabash, shabash, well done, oh, hey, well done, you brilliant? We are. Don't you know we are the cons?
I wouldn't show. I wouldn't say that you're a failure. I would never tell a kid that they're a failure. I would say, okay, we go again. We go again and hit those GCSE exams.
Yeah,
We
but
go
my
again to
point,
hit those
yeah,
A level exams.
my point being,
We retake
yeah,
it all again.
my point being, if you told these guys, you're a failure, they would not agree.
But
You guys are saying they would agree.
I hope
They
to
would
believe
laugh
that
and
I'm
say,
smart
"You
enough
don't
to
think
say
this is
that
a
they're a failure."
failure?"
Okay.
Disappointed.
Let me turn it around.
We are all
Disappointed. Yes. Oh,
disappointed.
look, but you're using the same things that I are. I've said
There's a
disappointed.
difference between a failure and a disappointed. Massive difference.
Forget it. I've already said I would be disappointed. Okay, we win the FA.
No,
We
no,
win the FA Cup.
you flip-flopped.
Grizz, last season when we finished third in the league, when you gave us no hope for top four, what was your reaction at the final kick of the
Elation.
Crystal Palace?
Elation.
Yeah. Okay. So you're
Yeah.
happy, right? That we got. Look, we managed to come up.
Elation.
You look at scenarios. So okay, because of the scenario that we were fed, the scenario that we were in, because we had no defenders, injuries all over the shop, right? So we got third, and you said we're elated. Okay, if we finished with the FA Cup and the League Cup, what would you use one word to describe the season, Chris? If we only got the two domestic cups, one word, and don't go round and round.
Wait,
right,
hold
one word.
on. Repeat the scenario. Sorry, I was reading some of the comments. I don't want to go on. Sorry.
We end up with the
Yeah.
FA Cup and the League
Yep.
Cup.
Yep.
One word to describe the season.
And what happens in the other two?
City win the league and the Champions League.
I want to say it's a failure.
I've said one word, and I didn't ask you to say
Disappointed. Disappointed.
There you go then.
I know. That is where I'm going.
It's the same terminology that I used in the WhatsApp
Okay.
group. I said I'd be
Okay.
I wouldn't say
Okay.
I don't think failure is the right word to use.
I agree.
You agree? You fucking
agree.
mad?
Why?
Because-
I agree.
Okay.
I agree. Failure is the wrong word to use.
Listen, the Spaniard has said this is Grizz versus Thai part 2. I don't want that. So look, let's change the subject. Look, loudmouth footballer said failure. There's a few failures. There's
Of
a
course
few
there is.
successes.
Of course there is. Yeah, there's going to be
We have
loads.
to and look, I totally understand. We've got to remember where we came from last season. Yes, we win the FA Cup. Great. We haven't won it in 10 years. We win the League Cup, which we hadn't won, which we have won.
Okay.
Great. I understand that. Brilliant. Yes, but this Liverpool team, Virgil, the players that we have at their peak right now, especially with Salah, don't know what's going to happen come summer with him. We need to end the season with one major trophy minimum.
No problem. That's fine, man. I'm not going to argue with your.
We're not arguing. We're not arguing.
If you think it's a failure, you think it's a failure. I don't.
Pixelated Pigeon, look. FA Cup completes the cabinet. It does for Klopp. He will say, "Look, my work is done. After 6 years, I've delivered everything."
But you say it's a failure to him.
No,
So,
why would I say it to him? No, I
You
wouldn't.
said it.
Chris.
You said
I
it.
wouldn't.
You said you would say to VVD and Salah, Mane, you and Saj would say that's a failure, lads.
No, I'm being smart, and look, I'm agreeing with
You said
Pixelated
don't say
Pigeon
no.
by saying
Say yes.
no.
You'd say it's a failure.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to put that up. So
Yeah,
I don't know how that came up.
Please.
Pixelated Pigeon looked at it straight. Klopp would feel, as him personally, he's completed the set. He could walk away this summer and say, "Look, I've done what I set out to do."
And then we as fans would say that's a failure.
No, we wouldn't. We wouldn't say that, Grizz.
You would. You just said you would.
Grizz, in the context of things with 10 games to go, we could be immortal come the last kick of the Champions League final date, 28th of May. We could become immortalized. This team could actually become heroes, the Avengers, whatever you want to call it. But if we only end up with the League Cup and FA Cup,
so is that binary? Is that black and white? This is the point I'm trying to make. The fine margins of success at the sport at the highest level, according to you and some people in the chat, is based on a one-off game in a final against one of the most expensively assembled squads, one of the greatest coaches. If we lose 1-0 to a deflected own goal, the season will be failure, according to you, because of that.
Not a failure.
That's how black and white is. No, don't change it now.
Okay, I'll tell you how black and white is. I'll tell you how black and white is. I'll tell you how black and white. No, I'll tell you how black and white is. What do we know? What do we know? If you're retracting, I can come back then.
Because I haven't finished.
Okay, go on.
I haven't finished.
Okay, hurry up.
Messi says Zach Steffen, the Russell Westbrook of soccer. But
you won't be saying that when they beat England on the 28th of November. Yeah, don't worry about that, Messi.
So exactly. This is when we know Avi's hyped up and gone all over the place when he starts talking about USA football. Right? This is when we know he's lost the plot.
Okay, look. The Champions League final and the league.
Hello. Let me finish.
Okay.
I haven't finished. Thank you. Have a sip of water. Calma. Wherever that is you're sipping. You know, it is weekend. It could be anything.
No, it's water. Please.
Okay. You're basing success and failure of this season on a binary black and white, yes or no, on a Champions League final against Man City, potentially Man City, or potentially, well, it's Man City or Real Madrid. Yeah, you're saying, if imagine we dominate that game, played magnificent football, yet we lose, this season's been a failure.
Okay, and let me tell you this: the last 5 seasons prior to the domestic competitions, Jurgen Klopp has always dismissed the League Cup and the FA Cup. Yes or no? Ha ho no. Ha ho no. Tell me.
Yes, yes.
Yes. Apart from the first season, the first half of the season, because we were already on a good run, momentum. We got to the final, lost to City on penalties.
Mm,
Chalo theek hai. The Europa League, we lost to Emery's Seville. So the 4 seasons after that, he's dismissed the local competitions, the domestic competitions. Nothing for it. You don't get no prize money. You don't get no crypto for winning the League Cup, Carabao Cup, when you don't get nothing for the Littlewoods FA Cup. Okay? He goes
mm.
for the Champions League and he goes for the league. 2017-2018 season, we get top 4 and we got to the Champions League final. We lost to Kiev. It hurt. Klopp on that very same night was singing with the fans saying we're going to come back next year. He wasn't talking about the Carabao Cup or the FA Cup. He was talking about the Champions League. We're going to come back in Madrid and win it. What did he do? That very fucking same thing. In 2019, he came back and we beat Spurs. 1 point behind City, but it was a great season. 1920, having missed out on a point on City, we obliterated City and won the league in the 2019-2020 season. Okay? We won the league. Yeah, we got 99 points. Okay? Last season, injuries have derailed us. We didn't do anything great in the FA Cup and we didn't do anything great in the League Cup. This season, opportunities have arose where we've had kind of good ties along the way. A bit like City, a good fixtures in the League Cup and the FA Cup, and we've got to the final of the League Cup. I think we only faced Arsenal in the 2 legs. At that point, you're going to go for it. You got 2 legs against Arsenal. You want to go for it. And you went to that game. You went to that game at Highbury. We won. Jota's brace. Got to Chelsea. You're going to play your full team. We won the League Cup. FA Cup. Prior to the City game, we had very, very nice ties coming along the way. Of Cardiff, whoever else we played, Shrewsbury, played City today, and we're now in the final. Yeah. But our main objective, the main priority, the one that Klopp prides himself on, is the league, the bread and butter, and the Champions League. Yes or no?
Yes.
Chalo theek hai.
Okay. I don't know what point you made.
That's
So
it.
let me.
I'm
let
just
me
telling you. I'm just telling
Right.
you previous seasons. I'm using previous seasons
Right.
and the proof in the pudding of
Right.
how Klopp prioritizes. And
Right.
again today, this season, when he had a full strength team at France at preseason, he would have said, "This team's ready. Whether I get another midfielder in or a forward in, I've got Konate in. We're going to challenge for the league
Can I?
and the Champions League." He did not say we're going to challenge for the FA Cup or the League Cup. Their main priority.
Can I
They know
finish?
their
Have you
name.
finished?
Their name is prized on greatness that they achieve on the majors, which is the Premiership and the European Cup, not on League Cup or FA Cups. You don't remember Pep for winning the Copa del Rey in Spain, do you? You remember him for the league championships and the European Cups he won under Messi. At Bayern Munich, Pep's time is remembered for not winning the European Cup. But does that mean his time was a failure? Some people would say yes, because his main objective was
You're
to win the
contradicting
European Cup.
yourself so much.
No,
Let me finish
no,
this.
no,
So let me
no,
come
no.
back.
You're trying to laugh
I'm
because
not.
you're trying to fool me, but I'm putting hardcore
Okay, so let me
facts
finish.
here. I'm
Okay, so let
stating
me
facts
reply.
here. I'm
Okay, so let
stating
me reply.
facts.
So let me reply. Let me start off with some basic facts for you. Why is Liverpool? Stop the comments. I'll take the comments off because you're scrambled thinking.
No,
What you
no,
just
no,
said
no.
there
I'm listening
is
to
so
you.
scrambled.
I'm
It's
listening. No, no, no.
unbelievable.
I'm listening. No, I'm not. I'm listening
So
to
make
you.
sure you
Chris.
listen then.
Everyone's agreed.
So
Everyone's
make
agreed.
so make sure you listen then.
Yeah, I'm listening.
Forget that. Make sure you listen to what
I'm
you just
listening to
said.
you.
Because I'm going to
Bold.
come back with your points.
Listen.
Liverpool Football Club is great. Why? Why are we the greatest club in the Premier League?
Because we're the most successful club in the
Why?
Premier League.
What makes us the most successful clubs?
The trophy haul.
Tell me the trophy haul.
Well, Grizz, I only care about the 6 European Cups and the
I didn't
19
ask
league
you. I didn't
titles.
ask you what you think. I said, why are we known as the greatest team?
Because of our trophy haul.
What trophy haul?
The charity shields that we've shared 9 times as well, but we've won about 15 times. We won the UEFA Cup 3 times, the Champions League 6 times. We never won the Cup Winners' Cup. We won the league 19 times. Yeah, go on. The Milk Cup, which was League Cup as well. We won.
So okay, hold on. Are you the greatest team in England? Take away your FA Cups and League Cups. Are you still the greatest team in Premier League? Are you the biggest club?
Yes, we are.
No, you're not.
Who's won 6? Who's come close to winning 6 European Cups?
I'm just. So listen, you're not, because you just said it's based on the trophies. So hold on. First and foremost, trophy hauls matter. Liverpool Football Club.
No
People need
one's
to.
no one is denying
Let me,
that
I didn't
though.
interrupt you when you done a monologue.
But no one's denying that.
I didn't interrupt. You are. You literally denied it. You're saying they don't mean
No,
anything. So now you're saying no one's denying that when you've denied it.
no,
So you come back. Oh, let me finish the minute. Because just because I'm about to kill you now, you're going to keep interrupting.
no, go.
Just take it like a man.
I'll put myself on mute.
So first and foremost, you've said that we are the greatest club, and everyone recognizes us as the greatest club because now we have overtaken Man United, or potentially going to take over Man United in terms of trophy haul. So therefore, our club is built on winning trophies. Correct or incorrect? Correct or incorrect? Okay, right. So that's that out of the way. And now you're saying, no, disregard them. Yeah.
No one, no.
You have.
Come on,
You have
no,
literally.
Grizz, we did a show at the league.
Listen,
No, because no, now
finish.
you're putting
You
words in
just
your
said,
mouth. When you've
I'm
seen
not.
clear evidence that
You've
no,
said,
I've not said disregard them. But
okay.
I'm saying.
Okay, you haven't said disregard them. Stop reading the chat. You can't do two things.
Someone look what happened to Grizz. Yeah, see, look, I don't know myself. He's
Okay.
doing a Grizz rant for some reason. I don't know why.
Okay, no problem. Let me rebut your points. Then you've spoken about Jurgen Klopp's. Take this off. We said super chats only. Take this off. Okay, listen to this very carefully. What are you doing, man? Let me finish this. Okay, Avi Noda, when he said Klopp has ignored the domestic cups until this year, this was exactly what I was going to come to, actually. Thank you, Motisar Ali. Klopp has openly said many times this season, I finally got the best squad I've ever had to do it. As soon as Jurgen Klopp has got the best squad he's ever had, what has he done? What did you say today? What did he do? He put his strongest lineup in an FA Cup game. Because he didn't care about it, or did he care about it? Which one, Avi?
Chris, I think he looked at the opposition.
I'm asking you a question.
He looked.
I'm asking you a question.
I'm going to give you a very calculated answer.
I'm going to give
you a calculated answer.
If I've asked you a question, you haven't answered my question.
Yeah, you're asking me the question and you're
interrupting. You just said you're not answering my question. Did he put the strongest team out to win this or lose this?
No one goes into a semi-final to lose the game, Grizz.
So then he made. Did he make the best of his squad or pick squad members? Did he pick the best 11? No, you called it the best 11.
No, from whose words?
You did. I got the screenshots to prove it.
This is my best 11. And we can show this on our Twitter feed. I said I would love to Bobby to have started, but Mane proved me wrong. He started as a 9.
So basically, Jurgen Klopp has picked the best 11 in an FA Cup game because he cares about it, because he means them. You also, in your previous statement, said it completes his set. And he'd be over the moon with that.
100% I agree.
So then why are you saying that it doesn't mean anything to him?
No,
he doesn't care about it.
I'm not saying it doesn't mean, but Grizz, when you look at and this is where you're getting confused. I don't know whether it's to do with age. I don't know. Experience. I don't know. Yeah, but look. If I win if I won the League Cup, I want a major to go with it. We're Liverpool Football Club. I just don't want the League Cup. I want a Champions League to go along with it. I want the league to go along with it. That's where we are right now. We are not Manchester United, but under Mourinho when they won the Europa League and the League Cup in the same season. That was not success. That was not success for them. I'm just saying that was not success for them.
No, but that's not the debate we're having right now.
Success for me this season, success for the whole team. I imagine it would be do what we can in the domestic, but our bread and butter is the league.
Listen, Patrick, kindly fuck off, because all you've been doing is moaning in there. I don't really give a shit if you think it's sad or not. It's my channel. You don't like the content, fuck off. Fuck you know, man. What a moany bitch. Carry on.
It's okay. No, come on, Grizz. Be nice. It's Ramadan for you. Please, let's not use.
No, get a room. He's telling us to get a room as if we ain't had a room.
It's totally fine, Patrick. It's fine. Don't worry. Don't just leave it.
Why you? Go on, carry on.
Look, for me, it's you got to deliver a major, and I'm not saying it's a failure if you only win the domestic cup, but it would be disappointed. It would be disappointment.
Hold on. Repeat that last 2 sentences.
If it is only the FA Cup and League Cup we get, it is what it is. For me, I would be deflated. I would be deflated. I would be deflated. I would look. Hold on. I would be deflated, Grizz. Disappointed, yes. But I wouldn't call it a failure. But if you've given me no other word, but if you've given me no, but Grizz, you've said it's either failure or not. You can't use another word. If it's only failure that you're gonna take, then
I'm not saying you can't use another word. I said use another word, but I use the word failure.
It would be deflated. No, but no. On the previous WhatsApp, I can get the guys to do a show list. We can do a show tomorrow. Get all those people. We can get 8 streamers on here, and they would say, "You said it's a failure or not? Yes or no?" You wanted a definitive answer, and we said you can't use failure. You said no, we can. It wouldn't be failure, but I'll be deflated. We want the Champions League, Grizz. We want the Premiership. We're so agonizingly close. I want Klopp to be. at the pinnacle. I want him to be remembered for the guy that took City mano a mano, man to man. He took City on, even through their riches, even through the players that they want to get this summer. Klopp built a team. He assembled a team within budget with the statistical data team that we
I'm
have,
very
and
happy.
we took it to them. That's it.
I'm very happy with you saying it will be disappointment and not a failure. That's all I wanted to hear from you. Anyway, after that, all that you've accepted, they will be disappointed. I will be disappointed. The majority of the fan base will be disappointed, but not a failure. But we
And
don't
look,
know.
quad is, and look, listen, quad is it's still a dream. It is a dream. Give me the treble, I'm ecstatic. Give me the League Cup and European Cup, I'm ecstatic. Give me the League Cup and the Premier League, I'm ecstatic. Give me the League Cup and FA Cup.
What? Well, you won't celebrate the FA Cup
Of course,
wins.
I'm going to celebrate the FA Cup, but I'm still
Why?
I'm going to feel deflated because I want the major. I want the major. If you remember early on
No,
this
we
season,
want. I
when
mean,
Evan was on, no, when we did a
everyone
Red Fella
wants to
show,
make up. Everyone
yeah,
wants to
Sabah,
make up.
when we did a Red Fella show, yeah, when we did a Red Fella show, I said, Grizz, I would love nothing more than domestics. I would love us to win the domestics. I would love for fans to go out to Wembley. Anfield South. We were remembered for this in the 70s and 80s under Kenny, Joe Fagan,
It's true. 30 minutes ago
Shankly,
we got there.
Shankly and Paisley. We were always about Wembley, but we're now at the business end of the season. I want to stop Pep Guardiola's Manchester City from winning the European Cup. I
I
want to
do as
stop
well.
Ancelotti from getting the 2-1 up on us
I do
in
as well.
terms of European Cup success.
I do as
I
well.
want us to get past Emery first.
I want us to as well.
Emery's a block. Let's get him past, and then we'll talk about the European Cup. That's it.
I agree with that. Avi, I'm talking to you. Don't worry about the comments. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen in the comments. I'm agreeing with you.
No, you're not.
I agree with you. Everything that you said, I agree with you. I want to stop City from winning the Champions League. I want us to beat him in the final. Would be magnificent. I want us to stop Ancelotti possibly if we meet Ancelotti. I want us to be the team that overturned 14-point deficit and stopped this Man City team from winning 4 league titles in 5 years. It will be It will be the ending of endings. We will lock off social media. We don't need to talk about football anymore. We've completed football.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Just simple question. You give me your answer.
If it's a yes, no, that's harsh. You didn't give me a yes, no answer to anything.
Well, no, but I'm giving you a chance here.
Okay, is it yes, no answer?
No, it's not. We won the FA Cup and League Cup. We beat Chelsea again in the FA Cup. We meet City in the European Cup final. We've lost out in the league. We meet City in the European Cup final and we lose that. How are you feeling?
What kind of question is that? I don't. What do you want me to say to that?
Is it still a successful season?
Wait, how about? Am I happy?
Is it still a successful season?
That's come back to the same thing that I'll be absolutely hurt and disappointed. I wouldn't call it a failure at the end of the season. That's just me. If you'd call that a failure, no problem. Call it a failure. No problem.
For me, that is a failure. I'm going to put it out there, and you can come. All the people in the chat can come for me.
What for? Why do you care about people coming from the chat?
No, respectfully, no. Because if we were to lose the European Cup final, we won the domestics, and we've lost the European Cup final to City, that 100%, in my eyes, is a failure.
No problem. That's fine, and I can't change that. That's your levels. People are agreeing with you. People are agreeing with me. That is complete. Listen, isn't that completed football? If we win all the four trophies. That's completed football, man. Mdissa. What are you saying? That's completed football. If we win the quadruple, you best know we've completed football. If you're not a Liverpool fan and you're sitting there and you're thinking, "Oh, I've completed football," because we've completed football. But listen, here's what it is, man. Avi, it's been emotional. It's been brilliant. It's been great.
That was good. And that's the truth. Look, we both have different opinions on that, and that's totally fine. We're allowed to.
Red Steve's the best. Oh fuck! We're back to failure.
Red Steve, love Red Steve.
He's
big
the
up
best.
Red Steve. Big up Red Steve.
He's the best. Oh my god! Yeah, look, and there we go. Zach says Avi is spot on. 100% a failure. No problem. 100% failure. Ticket, no problem. But anyway, oh man.
Anyway, are we
on the embarrassment of riches almost? We get a domestic double, and if that isn't good, I don't know. It is. Look, people have their own opinions. Your own cousin, friend, says it would be a failure in my opinion. Of course, your own cousin and friend, but it's what it is.
Okay, just quickly off topic. Arsenal's team, the Thierry Henrys, the Sol Campbells, the Vieira's, Perez's, Bergkamps. Great team, won the Premiership. I think during that era twice or three times. Lost to the final of Barcelona in 2006. Would
Mm.
you say that they ultimately they failed that team, or are they still remembered as one of the greatest teams around the world? They're invincible
No,
because we know how Arsenal fans like to.
no. I want to call them one of the greatest teams of all time
Okay.
because they didn't win the Champions League, but we have won it. So I don't know if you was meaning to compare it to us or if you just general question.
It's a general question. Like, what, okay,
Okay, yeah,
what would you describe that Arsenal team then during that just that period?
a great, a great, a
Forget about
great
what they did
Premier League team.
afterwards.
One of the great Premier League teams.
Okay,
There's no denying that.
fair enough.
We've got a super chat from Pixelated Pigeon says, "I'm just happy we're in a position to be having these heated debates up the Reds." Absolutely, absolutely. Imagine, look, this is like, what does Keith call it? Um, Rich man problems.
Yeah,
Keith calls it rich
it
man
is.
problems when we're discussing the winning of trophies being a failure, debating whether it's success or failure because of the levels of what we aspire to, which is absolutely fine. Do you know what I mean? Which is absolutely
And look,
fine.
it's fine margins as well. Look, we could end up with 4 trophies. We could end up just with the one as well. Still, right? We're in a final, but that's the fine margins of football. That's why we love the game, because it's emotions. 1 minute you're on a high, the next minute it can come down very very quickly. But look, we're in a position where we're still competing. We're nearly there, lads. We're nearly there, people. Really there, really close. So look, energy just got to be focused on Tuesday, and after that we've got, I think, another league game for Villarreal. And look, Villarreal, Grizz, we watched a fair bit of them because I know you're a big fan of Danjuma. Obviously, we've got Alberto Moreno there, and they've got a few good players, Jeremy Pino, and obviously Unai Emery, and they've done really well. So look, we can't discount them, because if we do that, it will be like Seville all over again in the Europa League. They are a tough team. They beat well, everyone can beat United, but they beat a United team. They've got Pau Torres, one of the upcoming centre backs of world football, and unfortunately, it looks as if he's going to be United bound. So we've got a tough challenge. It's not a foregone conclusion that we'll be seeing either Madrid or Paris,
You called it a buy, innit? Wasn't you
Madrid
one of
or
the
City,
people that
or in
agreed with it's
Paris.
a buy into the final? You said near enough a
No,
buy
I
into the
wouldn't.
final.
Me, Grizz, I would never discount any team that we meet in the semis. Never. I wouldn't.
Okay,
That's
because
not my style.
you said that's a buy to the final.
It's
We've
a
had easy.
it's a great tie. It's a great tie and it's a favorable tie. But to say that we've got one foot in the final, no, I wouldn't
Final.
say that. I wouldn't say that at all.
The Spaniard asks, Chris, did you enjoy Trent's defensive display today? Absolutely. He was impeccable from a defensive point of view. Stats going around Twitter saying that he won every ground duel against Foden, Grealish, and Cancelo. Magnificent. Um, I thought his passing wasn't brilliant today. I thought he played a lot of percentage passes, percentage balls, as opposed to pinpoint laser accuracy ones that he normally
Fair
does.
point.
But overall, very impressed with him. Messi FC in the building says, Avi the legend, amazing passion. By the way, USA getting smoked, and I lived in New York for 11 years.
No chance. No chance. We're beating
Okay,
England on the 28th of November, a day after Thanksgiving. We're gonna beat England. I promise you, we will.
okay.
We'll do a show as well. We might do a watch along. Hey, me and Grizz, if we're still buddies, if we're still brothers, by then we'll do a watch along for that game. I think that's a 2 a.m. kickoff as well for me. So hey, we could even be at that game. Hint, hint. I'm not gonna say anything, but God willing, we could be at that game.
I think we better call it a day, man. We've had a nice little session to unwind. I
Okay.
didn't have
It
this.
was supposed to be a happy one, but then we ended up going back and
No,
forth.
I was
And
very happy. We're talking about winning trophies, man. How can you not be happy? Mad. We're talking about the pinnacle of every club's dreams and aspirations. We're talking about winning every competition that you enter as a club, as a team, and then winning some of them and still being classed as a failure. But we won't go
just
back there.
just before we finish, and I know, look, we're tight for time. We've done an hour and 30, but Mohamed Salah, Grizz,
Oh, not today.
had a chance today.
We're
Didn't
gonna end it on
score.
a really downer.
No, no, yeah,
Or
I think it needs to be addressed, because I'm sure you'll address it tomorrow. Do Is this contractual talk now sort of affecting his game? The Afghan, the World Cup, missing out on the World Cup now qualification. Would Klopp take him out? I can't envision it, but people are saying, look, maybe take him out of the firing line, or just
No
just
chance.
letting him play.
No chance.
Okay.
No chance. People are so reactionary and short-term thinking. Mohamed Salah, are you serious? Are you having a laugh? Take him out the team.
Yes, I'm not allowed to be frivolous.
Why is my Siri answering me? Could you hear that?
Yeah, I could hear that. Yeah. Yeah.
What Yeah, why is Siri answering me? I didn't ask you anything, Siri. That was a brilliant moment. Aki1892 says, us not winning, appreciate the super chat, my brother. Us not winning a major trophy this season will just substantiate that Pep dynasty over the past 5-6 years, regardless of our domestic cup success.
That's a good point. Good point.
So basically, Pep's a failure because he hasn't won the Champions League.
Grizz, I tell you what, that's another question. Look, they were winning league titles under Mancini and Pellegrini. They were winning domestic cups under Pellegrini and Mancini. He's effectively, come on, Grizz. Pep Guardiola came to.
Just asking a question. I don't know. I haven't even given you an answer. You seem disappointed in my answer.
But Pep coming to Manchester City was about delivering the big one. Was delivering the European Cup. Now, if he does not do that after 5-6 years, and he packs it in, or he just walks away from the job, people will say that was a failure. Unfortunately, that's the cut and throw business.
I agree.
The kind of manager of that is in.
No, I agree with that though. I absolutely agree with that, but that doesn't help the debate that we were having. It's a total different debate.
Would you say he would be a failure if he won, like, say he wins the league this season, but he misses out the European Cup, and define his time for the last sort of 5-6 years?
Yeah, if he leaves City without winning a Champions League, I think taking into consideration everything that he's spent and done and what the Man City owners stand for and wanted to achieve, I'd say it's a failure.
It's crazy. It's crazy how football works.
This is my point. Yeah, exactly. Let's wrap it up, man. This has been mad.
100%.
We are on the quest. We are on the quest for a quadruple still. We are on the quest for a treble still. We are on the quest for a domestic double still. We are definitely have got one in the bag. Let's see how far we get, and then we can define success and failure at the end of the season. We will 100% do another show at the end of the season. It will be titled Success or Failure. Are we shaking hands on that title for a show?
It will be a success. It's not going to be no failure, because I'll promise the viewers, the 460 that have stayed with us till the early hours of the morning back home in England, we will definitely win 2 more. Thank you, and good night, guys.
Take care.